What is up, wrestling fans? Today is Friday, which means we are just one day away from WrestleMania 40. I am so unbelievably excited for WrestleMania. This is probably the most excited I've ever been for a WrestleMania in my lifetime. The card is so unbelievably stacked. We've, of course, got the Cody Roman stuff. There's so much to love in this card. I am so unbelievably excited, but let's make some predictions for the show. We're just going to run through Night 1 and Night 2 here, quickly give my predictions. I'll give some thoughts. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with Night 1 with the ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. Let's see if I can memorize them all off the top of my head. We got the Judgment Day defending against the New Day, New Catch Republic, Theory and Waller, DIY, and Awesome Truth. Boom, one take is all it takes. Anyways, this is going to be absolutely insane. You got 6 teams, you got 12 guys in a ladder match at WrestleMania. I am so glad we're getting ourselves a big old ladder match at WrestleMania again. And it looks like we are probably going to be splitting the tag titles here. It was already rumored that Michael Cole basically guaranteed on Raw that we're going to get the title split. I believe there is a rule where both titles have to be pulled down, so if one set of titles is pulled down, the other set is still on the line. Meaning I'm going to take the obvious answer. I'm going to go Awesome Truth here to win the tag titles. R-Truth is so unbelievably over with his Judgment Day stuff lately. He gets his WrestleMania moment. Him and Miz win the tag titles. R-Truth grabs the Raw tag team titles. Yay, Miz, we won. Awesome Truth on top. We're the tag team champions. But in classic R-Truth fashion, he forgets to pull down the SmackDown tag titles. That is why for the other team to get the win here, I'm going to go with Theory and Grayson Waller from SmackDown to take advantage, push R-Truth off the ladder, and steal the SmackDown tag titles. So then you got the title split finally. You got Awesome Truth on Raw doing their thing as Raw tag team champions. Theory and Waller on SmackDown doing their thing as SmackDown tag champions. Everybody wins, and it's sure to be an insane match. Next up for the Women's World Championship, we've got Rhea Ripley defending against Becky Lynch. I'm going to go for Rhea Ripley here. It is not time for Rhea to lose her title yet. She is still so unbelievably over. She's on a whole nother level right now. And it would just be a shame and genuinely kind of upsetting if the babyface Becky Lynch came in and dethroned Rhea Ripley for the title. Should be an absolutely fantastic match though. We'll probably be saying that a lot in this video. Next up, we got 6-woman tag team action. Jade Cargill making her official in-ring debut outside of the Royal Rumble, teaming with Bianca Belair and Naomi to take on Damage Control. This is probably one of the easiest matches to predict on the whole card. Jade Cargill's in her first proper match, her first WrestleMania. Bianca Belair, if you don't count the Battle Royal from years ago, she's undefeated at WrestleMania. Naomi is still pretty fresh off of her return. Easy pick, give me Team Jade Cargill. Next up in what could be match of the weekend, we've got Gunther defending the Intercontinental Championship against Sami Zayn. First off, this should be an absolutely fantastic match. You got Gunther, you got Sami Zayn probably wrestling for at least 20 minutes at WrestleMania. I'm gonna take Gunther here. I do think there's genuinely a shot Sami Zayn could get the win, which is why this match is gonna be so fantastic, because when Sami Zayn ends up hitting his finisher, we get those near falls. I genuinely think it could end there. But I'm gonna go Gunther here. I just think Sami Zayn isn't quite the guy to beat Gunther. Is that guy Chad Gable? I'd like to see it be. But I'm gonna pick Gunther here in what should be a fantastic match. I wouldn't be too insanely surprised if Sami got the win here. Next up in tag team action, we got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dominic. Give me team heels here, Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. I'm still just kind of surprised and pretty upset we're not getting a big old faction warfare, LWO versus Legado del Fantasma. That would be insane, but I don't think this rivalry is quite over yet. I think we can expect a heel turn here from one Carlito. Whether it's at WrestleMania, whether it's on the SmackDown after, Rey Mysterio treated Carlito like a piece of trash on SmackDown. Needed a tag team partner, needed somebody to have his back. You had Carlito standing right there in the ring with him. The guy that's been going to war on your behalf while you were injured. So instead of picking Carlito to have your back to go to war at WrestleMania against Santos and Dom, instead he decides, I'm gonna pick Dragon Lee. So I definitely think that justifies a heel turn for Carlito. I can see him costing Rey the match, giving Santos and Dom the win. Next up, it is brother versus brother, twin versus twin, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Honestly, I think this is the hardest match for me to predict on this whole card. At first, I was thinking, of course, Jay's gonna win. He's main event Jey Uso. He's so incredibly over. A big singles win at WrestleMania would do wonders for Jey Uso. But then I decided I'm gonna switch it over. I'm gonna go Jimmy Uso. I definitely think this is risky, but Jimmy Uso desperately needs this win here. Ever since the turn, he's just been the punching bag for the Bloodline. Jay can afford to take a loss here. Jimmy really could use the win. And also, I think the Bloodline going into night 2, a little bit of a spoiler for later, are gonna be victorious in every way, shape, or form. They're gonna be running the board. They're gonna be on top. So in what should be a very emotional matchup, give me Jimmy Uso at a shock upset to get the win. Finally, the main event in what should be an insane match, you get The Rock and Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Of course, Rock and Roman win, we get Bloodline rules, Cody and Seth, Bloodline are banned from ringside for night 2. And this one is a pretty straightforward prediction for me. It is absolutely gonna be The Rock and Roman Reigns here. Cody has already faced a lot of adversity since challenging Roman again. You got the number of the bloodlines, now you got The Rock involved, making him bleed. So it would be insanely dumb if the night before you give Cody a much easier matchup, you ban the bloodline from ringside, you give him a much easier path to finishing a story. So give me Rock and Roman to win. It's gonna be bloodline rules. Cody is gonna be facing all the adversity in the world. You're gonna have Rock in there, you're gonna have Solo, you're gonna have Jimmy, Paul's gonna be getting involved. I'll save the rest of the conversation for the Cody Roman pick on night 2, but Rock and Roman get the win here in what should be a fantastic and insane match. So moving over to night 2, we got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think this has got to be Drew McIntyre's time. He's going to get his moment he should have had 4 years ago, winning the world title in front of the crowd. But aside from that, Drew is doing the best promo work of his career. He is doing the best character work of his career. He is one of the most entertaining things in all of WWE, especially with his social media posts, with his promos on Raw. Plus, it is just time for Seth Rollins to drop the belt. It is time for Drew McIntyre to have a run with the World Heavyweight title. There's probably going to be shenanigans from night 1. Seth won't quite be 100%, so give me Drew McIntyre to win, finally win the world title in front of a crowd. Once again, should be a fantastic match. Next up, we got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I'm kind of torn on this one too. Similarly to Jay versus Jimmy, AJ Styles could really use a win here. Ever since his return, ever since his heel turn, he's done nothing but just lose, lose, and lose. But I'm gonna still go with LA Knight here. He's so insanely over. He's kind of lost some momentum ever since the feud with Roman. So give me LA Knight here. His WrestleMania debut should be a great match, should be a big victory for LA Knight. But I'll just say now, if hypothetically AJ Styles does come out to evil ways, then I get to switch my pick. Next up, triple threat action for the United States title. Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Ever since this match was announced, I've flipped and flopped between all 3 different guys winning. But I'm gonna go Logan Paul here. It just seems inevitable that LA Knight is the guy to beat Logan Paul. We thought we were gonna get that match at WrestleMania this year, but we're not. So give me Logan Paul to win here. He's gonna keep doing his thing, especially since he's on more of a full-time deal now. He's gonna keep getting exposure to the WWE with the US title. And I think something could happen here between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton that could spark a feud between them in the future. Next up for the WWE Women's Championship, we've got Bayley challenging Io Sky. Give me Bayley here. Io Sky's had a fairly long reign, a fairly disappointing reign to be honest. And it is Bayley's time. It just makes sense. She got betrayed by Damage Control. She's been fighting off Damage Control for months now. Should be a great match. Should be a big babyface moment. Bayley finally overcoming Io Sky. Finally overcoming Damage Control. Finally winning the women's title again. Next up in a Philadelphia street fight, we got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits taking on Karrion Kross and AOP. Probably the match we're all least intrigued by storyline-wise, but they got this street fight on there. I genuinely think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be that match that nobody really cares about, but then they go out there for about 10 minutes or so. They just throw weapons at each other. They go crazy. I'm glad we have a hardcore match of some sort, so you can let the Philadelphia crowd get their EC dub chants in. Should be some fun, and genuinely it's kind of a coin flip for me. But I'm going to go Lashley and the Street Profits just because they've been getting beaten down by Karrion Kross and AOP ever since this feud started a couple months ago. Big babyface win at WrestleMania, but Karrion Kross and AOP could get the win because frankly, they really need it. Finally, the one we are all waiting for, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes in Bloodline rules according to my prediction, for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And first and foremost, let me just say, this is going to be something special. This is going to be the most overbooked, chaotic, yet wonderful pieces of cinema we've seen of all time. This match right here is going to be the Avengers Endgame to last year's Avengers Infinity War for any of my Marvel fans out there. It is going to be chaotic, the Bloodline are going to be doing their thing, Cody's going to keep on kicking out of everything they throw at him. You're going to eventually have Seth come down, you're going to eventually have Jay come down. But they're going to need more, the Bloodline are just going to be too strong. That leads to the 2 guys we're all talking about. First off, when Solo Sikoa is running shop, he's throwing everybody around. We're going to hear the trumpets, we're going to hear the music of this guy up here. John Cena's going to come out to help even up the odds, hit Solo with an AA. I know he's not supposed to be getting physical, he's got some filming to do, but they'll work around it. But then they're still down, the Bloodline are still destroying everybody, maybe not John Cena. The Rock is directing shop now, he's laying everybody out. The crowd will probably start chanting it because we've all been talking about it for a number of weeks now. But then, in what should be one of the craziest moments in WrestleMania history, the glass shatters, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. Crowd is going to go absolutely insane. I'm going to go absolutely insane. Everybody around the world is going to go absolutely insane. Austin comes out, evens up the odds. We get Austin versus Rock one final time at WrestleMania. We end up getting one more stunner from Stone Cold to The Rock. The Rock is going to flip-flop around like he always does. It's going to be the ultimate nostalgia trip, even though I was not alive back in those days. And it's just going to be this epic, climactic, final battle. You got Cody's troops on one side, you got the Bloodline's troops on the other. Again, very reminiscent of the Avengers Endgame final battle. And it is eventually going to come down to Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. A repeat of last year's WrestleMania, but this time Cody Rhodes is going to come out on top. He's going to hit the 3 crossroads that he couldn't hit last year. He's going to go into the cover. Ref's going to count 1. Ref's going to count 2. We're all going to think Roman's going to kick out. Solo's going to get involved. Paul's going to get involved. But the referee is going to count 3. Cody Rhodes will have done it. Cody Rhodes will finish the story. The Tribal Chief will have been dethroned after over 1,300 days as champion. It is going to be an insane moment. It is going to be one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time. One of the greatest WWE moments of all time. Not only Roman Reigns getting dethroned, but Cody Rhodes finishing his story. It is going to be insanely emotional. It is going to be insanely awesome. In this match of the whole should be just a overbooked cinematic masterpiece that just touches all of the emotions. I genuinely think this could be one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. But either way, of course, final prediction, I'm going Cody Rhodes here to finish his story to win the WWE Championship. And then hopefully the next night on Raw, we get ourselves a new title design. But that is it for my WrestleMania 40 predictions. We are just one day away from WrestleMania 40. I am so insanely excited. Again, this has a chance to go down as one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know your predictions for WrestleMania. Let me know your excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10. Of course, mine is easily going to be a 10. I thank you guys for watching this video. Stay safe out there, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one.